Back at the Palladium. Brett from Mastodon, how are you?
I'm doing good, yeah.
You guys played the Palladium before?
We have.
Awesome.
2009, we did 2 shows with Death Clock.
Oh wow, I do remember
Fire
that.
And Converge.
That's right, that's right.
It's a big tour.
So how's the reception been to the new album?
Great, man. The people that like it.
Taking it around the world? Been to Europe already? And
yeah, Europe and you know, all those other fun places. We just got back from Japan and Australia and New Zealand and Hawaii.
You guys been to South America yet?
Not at this.
But I mean, you've been there before?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be going there in like September.
Is there like any uncharted part of the world that you haven't hit yet?
Most of the Middle East, unfortunately.
Is that right?
Love to play there.
Yeah.
But we did play Dubai one time.
Did you really?
That was
like a one-off?
Yeah, it was like called the Desert Rock Festival with like Iron Maiden. It was
oh wow!
A bunch of bands.
Out there,
it was super cool. And we met all sorts of kids
desert?
from like Iraq and Jordan and just all over the Middle East. And
is that right?
There's metalheads out there, man. A lot of people probably wouldn't assume that there are, but
yeah,
metal. You know, as much as maybe certain cultures want to keep it hidden, it gets there.
I worked with the police back in the day, and when they first started out, it was just 3 guys.
You're a cop, man?
Yeah. Stuart Kaufman. Yeah. But there was the 3 guys in a roadie, so they purposely, Miles was telling me, Miles Copeland, their manager, that they would go to like Egypt and all these faraway places because no one had ever been there. So they had like a captive audience, and it wasn't like they had a big entourage or overhead.
Literally captive.
Yeah.
I've been to Egypt just on vacation. I try to look when I get off tour to take my wife somewhere cool.
Is that right? You saw the pyramids?
Oh yeah. It's like seeing an old friend. You're like, oh yeah, there they are. But I was there for like a few weeks. And, you know,
jump on a camel?
Try to see the world. Yeah, I was put on a camel.
Is that right?
I was picked up and put on a camel.
Coming up in the day, who were your favorite drummers? Who really inspired you to do this?
First and foremost, my Uncle Mark. He was like my main influence as a kid because you know, he played in my grandfather's band, and I just thought watching him play the drums was pretty amazing, you know, so it was just cool. Made me want to do it, you know.
Is that right? Yeah, so he had a kit in the house and let you climb on?
It was in my grandparents' house, you know. Okay. It was up in the attic, and I'd go up there. Every time my parents had me kind of young, so we were always at my grandparents' house a lot, you know.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
But those early records you were spinning, who really stood out?
And, I don't know. I don't remember, you know. I don't remember
really
caring that much about the drumming on an album when I was little, like 4, 5, 6.
Right.
But when I turned, you know, when I got to be like 10 and stuff, I don't know. I guess I cared like more about guitar players and stuff. Like I really fell in love with Randy Rhoads and stuff.
Yeah, man.
And like Eddie Van Halen and people like that. But I guess once I understood what Neil Peart was doing, I really loved his playing, and then I got real into it. John Coltrane, just Love Supreme with like, you know.
You know about Billy Cobham?
Yeah, of course.
I just interviewed him a couple days ago. He's just playing at the jazz. He's playing at a jazz club.
Yeah. Billy Cobham, Elvin Jones, Tony Williams, Max Roach. I mean, just all the guys that everybody else really likes.
Wow.
I like them too. But metal guys would be like Nico McBrain, Dave Lombardo, Mickey D.
Right.
Those guys. I don't know. There's so many amazing drummers out there.
Well, what advice do you give to the young players to really stretch out? Because jazz wouldn't be the first thing a metal drummer might listen to.
Well, I'd say listen to jazz. You know what I mean? Even if it's not your preferred style of music, at least listen to what those guys were doing and try to adapt some kind of that kind of sensibility, that kind of freedom, and that kind of like the way that those guys construct their beats. It's so intricate and involved and interesting that even if you're not that skilled of a player, that you can still take something from it. You know what I mean? And try it and try to put it in.
Stretch out.
Because I don't feel that I'm really that skilled of a player, but I'm not a good jazz. I'm not a jazz drummer, you know. But I just kind of as a kid, you know, coming up, I'd listen to those records and just kind of get bits and pieces and be able to do bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And just overall, like playing across the bar and stuff like that, just you know, influenced my playing a whole bunch. So
it could just be one idea you take and then it takes you somewhere else.
You do your own thing with it, you know.
Yeah. As far as the business goes, what advice you give to young bands? Because obviously a lot of people are still stuck in that, well, I got to go find a record deal. I mean, these days you can really build it up.
You're really not going to make any money doing this. You know what I mean? It's really a long shot. So make sure you love the dudes you're in your band with.
Do it for love.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You have to.
Yeah.
Or else, you know, it's just not going to be. It's not going to be anything. Really, I mean, if you end up getting famous from playing some music that you hate, then good luck.
Right,
That's
right.
a bummer.
Yeah.
But really, 9 times out of 10, you're just going to end up chasing your own tail.
Sure.
Make sure you love it, and hey, maybe, you know, I'd say try it. You know.
Yeah.
Put yourself out there.
No problem.
Yeah, you know.
Thank you so much, brother.
No problem, man.
Great to see you as always.
Great to see you too.